Sleeping is something that all humans need, but in some Japanese families, I think personally, sleeping can be difficult to do. Hey everyone, welcome back to another Oyasumi Good Night episode. We are the hosts. My name is MJ.
My name is Adam.
And we'd like to welcome you into this fun, brotherly love, sisterly, family-oriented place where you can improve your listening skills and find a friendship that maybe you never had with an English speaker.
All right.
If you liked this content, please like this video. It really helps out a lot. And you know what? You can even help even more, everyone, if you'd like to help us out. If you've been watching since the old Speak Up Radio days, give us a little comment down below.
Yes, please.
Let us know how you sleep, because that's today's topic. All right. We're going to be talking about the sleeping situation within the North American households and over here in Japan. Let's start off this conversation. Sleeping arrangements in different countries, different cultural aspects of sleeping and where to sleep.
Yeah.
So, Adam, let's explain to everyone in North America, what's the usual sleeping routine? Not routine, but the arrangements for sleeping. Who sleeps where in a family?
It might be changing now, but in most cases, kids sleep in their own room. Parents sleep in their own room. And this is for
a Westernized family, maybe.
Parents have a room and the children have a room. If they're lucky, the children might have their own rooms if there's more than one. And usually parents have their own room.
We got to keep them separated. And like you mentioned, if there are siblings, brothers and sisters in the household, like for me, I have an older sister.
Yeah.
So when we were very young, elementary school and younger, we slept in the same room.
Oh, yes.
And as we got older, I think it was once me and my sister were getting into middle school, finishing up elementary school, that we had our own rooms. My parents cleared out 2 separate rooms, and we were then able to use those rooms as we were getting older. Because we're growing up.
Yeah.
Our bodies are changing, our minds are changing and stuff.
Ideas.
And we want privacy.
Yeah.
So this is a very, very common thing. And hey, let's go back even to before we were in school, Adam. How about when we were babies?
Oh.
Where did we sleep in our households?
From what I can remember about my childhood, there is a crib, like a baby bed, as it might be said in katakana English. A crib.
Crib.
And usually the crib is in the parents' room. It depends on, again, the family, the household, how many rooms you have in the house. But it starts off in the parents' room. So your child, your baby, sleeps in the crib. Or some parents, some families even prepare what is known as a nursery, which is a room for the baby to sleep in. And I think that's why there's so much technology right now with cameras and sleeping motion sensor things to update the parent on what the child is doing, because these children are left in a room by themselves almost to sleep.
Yeah, totally.
You know,
in some cases,
in some cases. So the parents will have little video monitors or sound devices where the child is making a noise. They can hear what's happening. But that's why, because the parents are sleeping separate from the kid.
Exactly. And I believe in my house, that's how it was. I think my parents had, I'm not positive actually, now that I think about it. You know, I don't think I really asked my parents specifically of this situation, but in common cases, I believe that yes, there is a nursery. There is a room that's just for the baby.
Yeah.
There is the crib, there's the changing table, there's all these things you need for the baby in one room. And parents sleep in another room. Why? So they can get some sleep.
Yeah. Even if there is a crib, the nursery is in the parents' room, I still think the child, the baby, sleeps in the crib, or they try their best to have the baby
in the crib.
In the crib.
In the crib, yes.
In the
Even
crib.
if they're in the same room.
Even if they're in the same room.
Okay. All right.
which I
Everything
felt
sounds
was different.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So everything right here, I think, is pretty normal, common in North American, Canada, and American
Yeah.
households. So now, me and Adam, we love Japan. We lived here, and we've understood that there's a different way that the sleeping arrangements go in a Japanese household,
Yeah.
from my understanding,
Mhm.
because I'm, I guess, somewhat in a Japanese family now, but I'm not in a traditional only Nihonjin family,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Honkakteki, we haven't experienced that. Maybe we have, but what we've noticed, what we've understood
Yeah.
is that families get all the futons together. Mom, dad, children, babies, maybe pets, sleep in one room.
Yes.
And that's how everyone sleeps.
That's
Now,
yeah.
what did you think, Adam, when you heard about this sleeping arrangement? Let's go back before
Yes.
you were in a family situation
Before.
and you heard about this. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So before, because living in Japan, you understand that homes aren't that big. And if you have an apartment, most people, you get one room or two rooms, 2 LDKs, something like that. So I understood it, but I hoped that as you grow your family, you grow your living arrangement. But I understand it's not always possible.
Okay. Yeah. So depending on the size, depending on where you're living, how many rooms you have, sometimes this is just impossible for everyone to have their own rooms.
Right.
Thus, everyone sleeps together. I
Yeah.
feel like it is definitely something that has been kind of traditional within Japanese households where everyone sleeps together like a long time ago when it was difficult to maybe have good heating around
Yeah.
when it's cold out.
Yeah. Not even a long time ago as of
I guess that's true.
as
Yeah,
of
yeah.
recent.
It's getting really cold out during the
Yeah.
winters. And if you sleep next to somebody,
Mhm.
you share your body heat. So
True,
you
yeah.
stay warm.
Right.
And that's a great way to do it. Or even nowadays, right? You have the aircon, you have the heater on
Right.
in your room. In Japan, and it's not central heating, so your whole house, all the rooms aren't warm. So if everyone slept in separate rooms, everyone's got to turn on the heater. It could be expensive. So this is one way, I guess, to could be saving some money in the bank
Yeah.
if you do it this way. But for me, dude, the first time I heard about this, right away, I was like, oh, no, thank you. Now, me, I am the opposite of you, Adam. I am a deep sleeper.
Okay.
And I go to sleep very quickly.
Oh,
The wife says that I'm almost like Nobita in the fact that I lay down and I go to sleep
close your eyes.
pretty quickly. Yes.
Done?
Yes.
Wow.
And I'm out and I'm deep sleep and it's going to be hard for me to wake up too. So I wasn't scared of, just being woken up because I'm sleeping next to somebody.
Right.
I know that actually I move around a lot when
Oh.
I sleep.
You're the kickboxer.
Maybe while I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
But I just want space. I want it to be also quiet.
Yeah.
And I don't want thought of other people walking around. I don't know what it is. I'm not scared or anything, but there's something where it's I want it to be just quiet, dark. And maybe it's just
Yeah.
me being so used to in America when I was growing up, having my own room. And that was the situation. There was nobody around. I closed the door. That's it.
Yeah.
Quiet. I'm in control
Of
of
your
how I sleep.
environment. Yeah.
And I was very comfortable with that. Now, got married and stuff and living with the wife and sleeping together one bed. That was fine. I was all right. No problem. Even though there was, some back and forth of oh, you pulled the sheets. And, he moved around. But then once kids arrived,
Wow.
then it had me thinking about this situation where it's common in Japan for the families to sleep all together.
Right.
For me, right away, I was very, very focused on trying to do it the Western style where, yes, here's the baby. Of course, love it and stuff, but you sleep there, baby.
Yeah.
I'm going to sleep here.
Yeah.
Of course, I think at the beginning it was really difficult to do because you have to wake up, especially the moms, every 4 hours,
Something like
feeding the
that.
baby
Yeah.
and stuff. That was a little difficult to do. But at the same time, when you have a new baby, everyone's so tired. Maybe you don't have the help of grandma
Right.
or
Yeah.
something there.
Yeah.
Sleeping is really important, I believe, in those times. You don't want to be a super tired out parent.
Right.
And that was another reason why I'm hey, we should keep it separate as well as for the baby to be able to learn how to sleep by themselves. So
Yeah,
as they're
yeah,
getting older,
yeah.
we don't need to baby them and like hold them all the time or like stay with them and stuff. Of course, it's not, I don't want to be like, I'm just like closing the
Super
door and be like,
cold,
oh,
yeah.
well,
Done
that's
for
that.
bed.
Like done for the day. I guess it's maybe a little bit of tough love to kind of have the child get used to that situation.
Yeah.
Sometimes it was successful, sometimes it wasn't successful. But that's the route I took, and that's what I believe was like, oh, this is what I want to keep.
Maybe that's kind of like a Western thought, is that they want the child to be as independent as possible from a young age, whereas there's more of a nurturing kind of side in Japan, I feel like, from mom. Mom wants to take care of the kid and make the fancy lunches to show how much they love them and be as close to them to show it, like that's the only way to show them that they love them in a way before they're able to understand. Like I feel like that's kind of on the Japanese side, that nurturing side, whereas in Western it's more like, here's the world, child.
Yeah. Oh, you can breathe on your own? Awesome. Sleep on your own.
Can't wait till you have teeth. I'll show you how to use a fork.
That's a very interesting way to think about it, because that is something that we do that I could definitely understand as being a strong way to bond. If by, have all the family sleep together. You want to bond even more? Hey, guess what? In Japan, all the family goes to the bath together, to the onsen together. How about you? What was your situation quickly?
Started off with the crib, baby in the crib, just like you. And then it moved to mom with the baby and me in another room. Luckily, we had another room, and that's how it continued. So the kids sleep with mom, and I sleep outside. Curled up on the carpet
like a cat.
But that's how it was.
It kind of happened with my family as well. When baby was like infant, really tiny, the first like year, 2, kept the baby in the cribs. Once they could like climb the crib, that's when it was like, okay, the crib's not safe anymore. The baby could jump over or fall out, you know. And then that's when we brought the futon. And actually, the crib was there. Then there was one futon. We always had one futon. And it was either me or my wife in the room with the baby taking turns. Unless the baby went to bed right away when we put it down when it was bedtime. And then we didn't have to sleep in the same room. But that's how it happened. And that's how it's continued until the kids got bigger. And now they're totally fine to sleep on their own in their own room. I think it's a great way to sleep well. But hey, like you mentioned, maybe there's a different connection with bonding that could be stronger if you sleep together as a family.
Possibly. But you don't want it to last too long.
Let us know down in the comments, everyone. Is your family sleeping together in one giant, massive futon in the Washitsu? What's the sleeping arrangements in Japan? How do you like to sleep, with a family or without? Hey, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this one, and like the video. Don't forget to comment.
Yes, but that's it. We'll see you on the next step.